And we are back. Thank God we are back to continue this conversation about rock and roll. And folks, I tell you what, Northwest Blends, give them a try. Check them out. You'll love them. So we were talking, Jason and I were talking about some music. Where were we? AFI. You saw AFI.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it was better than the...
Fake Guns N' Roses.
Fake
False
GNR.
GNR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
False band.
Mm-hmm.
Fake band.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was...
I'm sorry, you replace everybody except for the keyboard player and the singer. You and I are about to have a problem.
Yeah.
And you cannot call yourself Guns N' Roses.
And you cannot. And that was my point before, was that you can't call it GNR without Axl.
Well, if you have everybody but him.
Kind of. You kind of can.
You really can.
Well, I tell you what, it's up to the fans. Shall we count down the list of bands that changed out their singer and
AC/DC.
almost lost everything?
AC/DC.
What, in the last year because everybody else is dead?
But I'm going to tell you something right now. No,
Brian
when
Johnson.
Bon Scott died,
but they weren't
it was
really
a big
famous
deal.
yet. Right. It was a big deal. They had Back in Black, and then
it wasn't even recorded.
But they didn't even they didn't necessarily like kick him out. It wasn't like he was
he died. He choked on his own vomit.
Yeah, we get how he died. We know the story. Everyone knows the story.
But Highway to Hell just came out and was like shot them through the charts.
Right.
And then he dies like right after, and they got to do a new album, and it was controversial to replace him with Brian Scott.
It was, but they ended up winning the hearts of everyone.
Yeah, damn right they did.
They did.
Because Brian Scott's awesome.
Right. Brian Scott's great. Bon Scott was great.
He's also got that weird, strainy singing
But
voice.
I think the difference is they didn't kick out their singer. He wasn't still alive. There wasn't some kind of weird problem going on. It was simply, hey, the guy died, and we still want to do rock and roll if you'll listen to it.
Sure.
And the audience went, yes. Thank you for giving us that option. And they listened and they loved it. And they had a great history. But I don't think you can sit around and say, hey, we're going to replace this singer. Let's look at Motley Crue. Oh, facts suck, don't they? Okay, so here's the deal.
I'll hit you with some facts after that.
So they got rid of Tubby McPuffins, right?
Vince Neil.
Yeah, Vince Neil. And they get this other guy. Fair enough. They replaced him, and the band was like, oh.
I don't know why they replaced him with that guy.
Well,
I can't remember his name, but
he's the guy from Armored Saint.
Yeah. But I don't remember his name. But,
I don't either.
But it's John something. But it was weird is how he looked. See, the whole Vince Neil thing was a contrast to Mick Mars, Tommy Lee, and Nikki Sixx, because they all had the black poofy hair.
Right.
And this
guy had black hair too.
Black poofy hair, and it was like, I
so
can't
you
tell
think
them all apart?
You think it's the color of his hair?
He's just like he didn't fit with Motley Crue.
So I think because we have a preconceived sound, what we expect from our Motley Crue, right? When you put that guy in there, John something, I think his name is.
Something.
Listen, Hooligan's Holiday, I thought was a good song.
Yeah,
I thought it was fine. You know, it was great.
It wasn't really a Motley Crue song.
That's my point. And so when you have a new element, like a new singer that may sound similar to or whatever, it's not great, man.
I'll give you a fact.
Okay. Give me a fact. I'm ready.
Okay.
Fact me.
So Skid Row.
Sure.
Okay, so Sebastian Bach,
right?
Arguably one of the greatest rock and roll lead singers of all time, right? He quit.
Right.
He said, I'm out. F you.
Right, he left. Yep.
Okay, so Skid Row decided to reunite.
Okay.
In 99.
Right.
Okay.
Who'd they get to sing?
Well, hold up.
Nope.
Initially, it was Sebastian Bach.
Okay.
But then he got pissed again.
Oh, of course.
Right.
Lead singer-itis.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Again.
Right.
And so they found a guy who was singing in Texas. His name was Johnny Solinger.
Okay.
And he was goddamn awesome.
Good.
Like, I loved him in Skid Row.
Sounds just like him, right?
Close, but he has his own style.
Right.
It's very similar. And so they did an album called Thick Skin,
Okay.
and they re-recorded I Remember You,
All right.
but they called it I Remember You Too and did it punk rock style.
Okay.
So like Rachel Bolan's like, yeah, I want to redo my song, and it's gonna be super fast. So it's like 2 minutes,
Okay.
and they're like jamming, pumping bass line, and the guy's like, sounds very similar to Sebastian Bach, but sounds like himself. He's like, woke up to the sounds of pouring rain. But
Right,
it's super
I got it.
fast. It was great, and that guy is killer. And the guy they got to replace him recently, and I guess his name is ZP Threat. Hell,
Okay.
I was with these names, but he joined in 2016,
Okay.
and he's great too.
All right.
So Skid Row is still Skid Row, just with different singers.
Oh, okay. Motley Crue is still Motley Crue with just a different singer.
It just didn't sound right.
Black Sabbath.
Oh yeah, dude, Dio,
Right.
way better singer than Ozzy.
That's
a
arguable.
fact. It's not arguable.
It is.
Okay, so
Ozzy has
frontman
his-
wise, Ozzy's better frontman. That's fact.
I've seen them both,
Me too.
and I love them both. And I
too.
think in this case, it's a little different than what we've been talking about, but I think that music could be replaced with either singer, and you wouldn't know it. Black
no.
Sabbath with Dio sounds like Dio. Black Sabbath with Ozzy sounds like Ozzy.
Right.
Black Sabbath is just a really great go-between band in that case, in my opinion.
I'm a blasphemer in this situation because I prefer Black Sabbath with Dio and Ozzy solo. End of story. I prefer that because Ozzy's awesome, like on his own when he's doing like the Ozzy thing, because it's so much different than Black Sabbath.
Right, and I think that's and Ozzy doesn't write. I mean, Ozzy
He doesn't write
sit-
the music,
he
but he
doesn't-
writes the lyrics.
Okay, but that's what I meant. He doesn't write the music.
Yeah.
And
But he's a really good eye for talent. So he got
Well,
like some
I think we can.
amazing guitar
I
players.
think we can thank Sharon for that. To
Maybe.
be honest with you, I
But
think Ozzy's.
he's weird about like his drummers and bass players though.
Yeah.
Like really weird because he has to have somebody that plays like Bill Ward. Like
Ozzy?
I read an interview where he's like, no, you have to sound like Bill, and then the bass player cannot sound like Geese or Butler in any way, shape, or form. So they have to use a pick. It doesn't matter if they can do fingerstyle. It doesn't matter.
Well-
he refuses to let anybody play without a pick.
Okay, and I think that's.
It's so weird.
I've never read or seen that, but I'm not going to argue that point. Maybe that's true. I don't know. But I will say,
It came up when
he had Tommy Aldridge playing drums.
Yeah.
He had Randy Castillo playing drums. The
Amazing drummers.
drummer for Faith No More played for him.
yeah.
He's had a string of drummers, and they
Yep.
all have a little bit different
Yes.
type thing.
But
and
they all have that same like big like the big drums. I
Well,
think that's
and-
what he's shooting for.
and I think so
is that
too, but-
Big plotting like
like Randy Castillo played with Lita Ford.
yeah.
And I think that rock and roll sound, I think there's a sound that they have to achieve or
Yeah.
a style that they got to play, but I don't in any way look at it as a Bill Ward kind of thing.
I think
I
what
just-
he was
I don't-
trying to get at, because all this came up when Robert Trujillo left for Metallica, and they had to get a different bass player, so they got Newstead for a tour.
Right?
And the whole reason why Trujillo left is because Ozzy kept bitching at him and getting pissed off.
I thought he was the bass player for Faith No More, or not Faith No More, Suicidal Tendencies.
He was.
Yeah.
But then he was in Ozzy's band.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so he kept not playing with a pick. He would take it from the stand,
Yeah.
play with it for a second, throw it away.
Right.
Because he liked to use his fingers. And
Sure.
Ozzy would get pissed off and kept complaining at him about it and threatening to fire him.
Oh my God.
So he's like, I'm going to go try out for Metallica.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, later, gets signed with Metallica, and then they're like, "Oh, we need a bass player." So they use the guy from Black Label for a minute,
Oh.
and then they got Newstead to finish the tour.
Oh, cool.
Obviously using the guy from Black Label because he's
In Black Label.
well, with
Didn't they
Zach.
just play here like 2 days ago?
Yeah, 2 days ago.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's how out of the loop
Tickets
I am.
were $88.
And I probably still would not have went.
No. But anyway, the whole point
Jeez.
is Ozzy's very particular about the rhythm section.
Really?
Because he doesn't want it to he doesn't want the bass to sound like Sabbath, but he wants the drums too. Which is very interesting, but
I don't know.
Dio was amazing, like solo in Sabbath.
I loved you. I saw him
But-
twice.
I think the better Sabbath songs are like Neon Nights, Heaven and Hell. Keep going.
Oh my god, dude.
Mob Rules. They just
$88
play better.
to go see Black
Yeah,
Label. I
I
would
told
not
you
have
that.
went. I just had to do some math.
Yeah. So
It's $105,000.
yeah, sure. We're not financial experts.
No.
But the Black Sabbath was better with Dio.
Right?
They played better. That was more like fast paced. Because early Sabbath is like dong 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 dong, like
Just droney.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Dio broke him out of that. So these are
I don't
all
know.
good things.
Have you seen Dio's early stuff from the 50s?
I wouldn't say it's from the 50s. Man on the Silver Mountain.
No,
Great.
not that. I'm talking about like his doo-wop stuff that he
I've
did.
never heard this.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's
now I'm
some
gonna have to check this out.
yeah, there's some 50s where he looks like he's a slicker, like what do you call those guys? The slick with the slick
Greasers.
greasers. Yeah. And it's pretty sad. Folks, we're going to take another quick break here on the great podcast for our sponsor nwblends.com. Check them out. You're going to love it. Hey folks, Randy from The Great Podcast. Hey, I wanted to tell you about our sponsor, nwblends.com. nwblends.com is fantastic. It's absolutely the best coffee you're going to have ever. You're going to love it. You can get single origin coffee. You can get blends and then grinds. How do you like your coffee ground? Do you want it in bean form, espresso? Do you want it in drip? Perhaps you like toddies. nwblends.com has everything that you're going to need for the best cup of coffee. I guarantee it. You're absolutely going to love this. nwblends.com. Give these guys a try. And for doing so, if you put GREAT in the discount code, you're going to get 15% off your order. Absolutely. You're going to love this. Give them a try. nwblends.com. Coffee roasted when you order it. Absolutely going to love it.